Good evening, students.
Good evening, ma'am.
I on the time is not up now. That's why I was waiting for time. Yes, everyone has come. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Why? What happened today? Only 7 students. What 7 students?
I already pinned in group, ma'am, but no one is joining.
Only 5 students. Okay. Now today we are going to start a fourth unit. That is fourth block. In the fourth block, you have the assessment. How the income tax it makes the assessment. Then it includes the who are the authorities and assessment procedure. So last in 2 days back, one of the professor came to our college. He said, BCom degree, the students who are doing, they have the good opportunity because this is a income tax is a such way the students who are having at least one subject in their BCom degree, income tax. So the students they themselves they can make the self-employment when they have this one. So here the sources we have the commerce department people they have a lot of scope. That is in government also we have, even in the corporate also we have. And the sir was telling that civils department we have the Indian Revenue Service Group 1. And even in MNC companies, we have the 3 companies that is Deloitte company, Genpact, and other company. He said I didn't remember. 3 companies completely they are working on this accounts department. So they are taking the account students more. So they recruit only the account student for this one. Or else you can also after your degree you can go to the department where we have the income tax department we have. Do you have any idea income tax department?
No, ma'am.
It is near the public garden. That is a control room in Hyderabad. Opposite to that we have the in that is income tax head office. There you can go and that is a income tax bar counseling is there. There you can make yourself register and you can get the permission. And if you are want to make that small filing, how to file the income tax for the government employee or the shops, even in your near the houses, you can see the shops, small shops, how they are filing the taxes, VAT, GST. So these are the things also you yourself sitting at home, the students who cannot after completion of your graduation who are not able to go out. So they can make this as an opportunity. They can use this opportunity. So yesterday when I'm making the PPT, I have got in my mind the sir, whatever he said. So the some of the things were given in the textbook. So if, even when the students who are appointing after the degree, when they are appointed in the MNC companies, if they want to go to the higher level, it takes the 6 years. They want to go to the higher level, 6 years. That is a education that is in the MNC companies. But if you want to reach to the immediately after that is to higher position, working in that department, or else by Means instead of joining after the degree, you can join in the MCom, then you can also apply for the MNC companies. So whatever the post you want, they are directly recruiting the students to that level. So if the students who can go for regular colleges, they can after this because you are now in the sixth semester now.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So after this sixth semester, if anyone want to write the PG that is regular, they can also go for regular, and we have many scopes. The girls, they can go for as a lecturers, and you can don't say that, madam, we are from the open university. Even open university also we have a lot of scope. Don't degrade by yourself. Is it clear, ma? So for this unit I want to tell you this things. Is it clear? So here even we are telling the direct taxes. In income tax we have two types of taxes. One is a direct taxes, the other one is a indirect taxes. Direct taxes where an individual can pay the taxes to the government. Is it clear? So this is a structure where the central government it is making. Even the excise department, custom duties, you have the exams. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3 also. We have the scope for only commerce students. That is the students who have studied the one paper in their BCom. Is it clear? So even,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
So you yourself just you make that after this, don't stop your studies. Just you go for higher. Even MBA also you can go. If you want to go in the teaching field, go for MCom. Is it clear? So that's why I want to tell this word to you all. After this, you can um, fetch for the higher opportunity. So here we have the many things. The students who are become degree holders, they have a lot of scope, and don't degrade yourself that कि हम बीकॉम से हम रेगुलर से नहीं है, हम डिस्टेंस एजुकेशन से. No, even you have the good opportunity. I think I came to know even job mela where university people are going to plan it for our students and from the for the out this the students who are from the outsiders. It is there, it's good, and you start making yourself self-employment. That is, go to that bar council of income tax department, and you take the information how to approach them, go to them, the inquiry about that, how to make it, or else some the students who are after completion of this one, you can work under the CA, you can learn everything. Even the CA people, they'll give the internship also, they'll give. So you can go with this, with us. If you have, you know the CA people, you can. Or else, if you want to do, I'm telling that who are engaged, doing say they can go for the further CS also. That is company secretary. It is also one professional course we have. That also you can go with that. Got my point? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's why I want to tell when I'm doing this, all the things I got in my mind, whatever the sir has told me. So here now we have the reversionary, that is income tax authorities. Income tax authorities. Who are the authorities in the income tax department? So here we have introduced that is under the section 116, the Income Tax Act 1961. It is enumerates the following classes for income tax authorities. One is the CBDT. CBDT means Central Board of Direct Taxes. That is a CBDT, that is under the Central Board of Revenue. Revenue Department, you see this one, it is the department direct taxes, they are administered by the Department of Revenue. And these are the directly, that is functions directly under the Ministry of Finance. So this is department direct the Ministry of Finance and the Government of India. Even the sir, this last 2 days back, but the person who has came to our club college as for the guest lecture, even he said that who is our finance minister? Who is our finance minister, ma? Can anyone tell me the answer?
Nirmala Sitaraman.
Nirmala Sitaraman. Yes, very good. So every year she introduced a budget. Yes, is it? You know,
Yes,
everyone? That is,
Yes,
every year they introduce a budget. Budget is what? That is a revenue. For each, and that is the Ministry of Finance, it is allotting. So you take the, if even you have the Google, that is at the time of budget, whatever the things was made, that is in the business, that is at the time of the budget release, just you check the newspaper. Take that paper the last 3 years back, and next year you check, next year. So that you make one table. You make the table. And what are the things but they have increasing? Is it clear? So how they are making the increase of the one of the product, how the taxes is paid by the people. Now we have the taxes. Now in coming days, everything will manage the taxes, only GST will be there. Now we are seeing the many of the that is direct taxes, that is individually. Suppose I am the profession, it is held on me. Is it clear? That is direct taxes. But indirect taxes are imposed indirectly on whom? Direct taxes, that is a government, it is imposed by the government, where is particular person. That is a burden tax on any form of the kind of the thing. There it may be the his income tax, his dividend tax, or inheritance tax, or estate tax. Tell me, what is the indirect tax? What is the meaning of indirect tax? చెప్పాలమ్మా ఇండైరెక్ట్ టాక్సెస్ అంటే ఏంటిది? That is a, yes, tell me.
the taxes which are paid to the government with indirectly, like we are paying the GST or
No, I'll tell you. Here, indirect taxes are usually laid on both the goods. Both the goods means these goods are related to seller or the manufacturer. It may be on the both. So here, rise in the tax rate. So under the indirect taxes, there is no for that tax evasion. So here in this indirect taxes rises. So suppose I'm telling that manufacturer, he has made the production, that is a manufacturer he did, and everyone has to pay. It's not everything. So what, when he prepared the one soap when he preparing, when when the soap is reached to the customer, so on that what he will return, including all the taxes, means from the producer, wholesaler, retailer, then customer. Means these all the people are not paying the tax. Who is paying? Customer is paying the tax. That is an indirect tax. Got my point?
yes, ma'am.
So that is indirect tax. Indirect taxes are only the taxes which is imposed on a particular person. If I'm having the salary, so that I cannot transfer my burden to other people. I'm earning. నాకు జీతం వస్తుంది. నా జీతం ట్యాక్స్ నేను పక్కల మీద వేయలేను కదా. ఈవెన్ నాకు జీతం వస్తుంది, నా బర్డన్ నా హస్బెండ్ మీద వేయలేను కదా. నా హస్బెండ్ జీతం వస్తుంది, నా హస్బెండ్ బర్డన్ నా మీద వేయలేను కదా. బికాస్ హీఈస్ వర్కింగ్, he has to pay the tax to the government. That is the direct taxes. Is it clear? So indirect taxes are that is usually levied on both the goods and which are related to the seller or the manufacturer. So this, when you go to the any malls where you are purchasing a lot of goods, చాలా గూడ్స్ కొనుక్కుంటున్నారు, ఏదైనా డిమార్ట్ కో ఎక్కడికో వెళ్ళి స్పెన్సర్ కో ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళి గూడ్స్ కొనుక్కుంటున్నారు. సో వెన్ యూ మేక్ ద బిల్, at the last, after the bill, what will write?
They'll write the taxes which the
GST.
GST.
అదేమనుకుంటా మనం, ఇన్ని గూడ్స్ మీద జిఎస్టీ ఇంతనే పడిందా. మీన్స్ whose tax we are paying? We are paying the tax of manufacturer, retailer, wholesaler, and it is coming on whom? These three people's burden is on whose head? Customer head. Understood, ma'am? That is an indirect tax. So now we'll see the what is a central. అర్థమైంది కదా, direct taxes and indirect taxes ఏంటో.
Yes, ma'am.
Now Central Board of Direct Taxes. The Central Board of Direct Taxes, that is CBDT, is an authority where it is vested with the responsibility of the administration of law, where it is related to the direct taxes through the Department of Income Tax. Department of Income Tax. So these are the procedure, whatever responsibility it is going on, that will be under the administration law, that is through whom? That is Department of Income Tax. And it is in India, it is necessary input for policy and planning are provided by the CBDT. Got my point? So here, whatever the inputs or any policies or any planning which is provided by the CBDT only. What are the changes? So it is a statutory board. CBDT, it is a statutory board which is established as per the Central Board of Revenue Act, that is 1963. And it is a Indian official financial action with a task force unit. These are the people. Are income tax ride అవుతుందంట. Have you heard this one?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
this is like a force, that is an action, financial action force, and it is administered by whom? Department of Revenue, under whose? That is Ministry of Finance. Who is the finance minister for the Telangana?
Batti Vikramarka.
Very good. So here, the Central Board of Revenue got split into two. In which year? In the 1964. That is into two boards. Central Board of Direct Taxes and Central Board of Excise and the Custom. Direct taxes, where it imposed directly on an individual. The burden is not forwarded to anyone. The other one is what? Central Board of Excise and Custom Duty. Excise, you know, and customs, you know. Excise and custom.
Somewhat idea, ma'am, but not
Customs,
detail.
customs. Airport లో customs వాళ్ళు పట్టుకున్నారు అంటారు చూడు. Airports. In airport, you will be finding the some of the people when you are getting a lot of ఎంత తేవాలో తేవలేని situations లో, you will be, the custom people will catch hold you. Is it clear?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So yeah, these are the two where it is made. Now we'll see what is the structure of CBDT. The Central Board of Direct Taxes will consist of chairman. There will be one chairman, and there are the 6 members that are deals with following. What are theirs? Income tax and revenue. The other one is administration. The other one is a Means these are the 6 members: legislation, audit and judicial, investigation, TPS and the system. So these are the 6 which were the members where it deals with. So this is a structure. These all the people you have. Next is these members are selected from where? Indian Revenue Service. How it is? IAS, IPS, IFS. You know this is IPS, you know? Indian Police Service. So this is the group 1. It is complete department for income tax. When you go for this revenue, that is a group 1 exam. So these members are selected from this one. So these are the people that are selected from this one. Indian Revenue Service, ISR. IAS means what? Indian Police Service. IAS means Indian Administrative Service. IFS means Indian Forest Service. You know, this all comes under the group 1. And the members consist the top management of income tax department. This all the people, they have come from group 1 civils. మేము సివిల్స్ కి ప్రిపేర్ అవుతున్నామంటారు కదా. Now, but now we'll see the what are the powers of CBDT. The whole of the income tax department is to be looked after by this board. Which board? That is a CBDT. And it has the to perform the functions of. So this is the power of CBDT. First, they have to perform all the functions of administration, supervision, and control the entire income tax structure in India. Even you know that when the demonetization, you know what is the demonetization? What is demonetization? Have you heard this one?
No, ma'am.
Huh? Demonetization. Currency మొత్తం స్టాప్ చేసిండ్రు. 2000 notes లేకుండే. Everyone has thrown the money out. అక్కడ ఏం చేయాలో తెలియక అన్ని చేసారు కదా. కరెన్సీ తెలీదా?
Yes, ma'am.
That no ma'am అని చెప్తున్నారు. So this is under why that has happened, because they want to make the transparency everywhere. ఎవరు ఎంత tax కడుతున్నారు, how much the black money is there in the people, how much the tax the people has to, how they are escaping. It is one of the crime if you are not following the rules, when you are not paying the tax as a citizen. Then that is a supervision, that is Indian income tax structure in India. And the orders and directions issued by the board are to be compared with the subordinates. So these are the people who are the supervision, and these are selected from the civils, that is a group 1. Under these people, they are the subordinates will be there, for whom they have to compare with all. The Income Tax Act provides some specific powers to the board. What powers we'll see now? That is, the board can declare any association, whether incorporated or not, whether Indian or non-Indian, as a company under the provision of Section 217. And next one is the board has power to determine the jurisdiction of various authorities mentioned in this act. The board may issue the directions for the exercise of powers and performance of the functions by all. So what was the direction? what are the excise powers, whatever the performance, that all should be functioned by all or any of these authorities. While issuing this is the powers, such direction the board will keep in mind any of the following criteria such as territorial area. Territorial area means person or class of a person, incomes or class of incomes, and cases, classes of cases. So these are all the things you have to say. Suppose my income is very less as Indian. So what are the slab rates we have for the non-senior citizen whose age is below 60 years? So my exemption is how much? 2,50,000. What exemption is 2,50,000. But how much I am getting? I am getting only 1,50,000. So I need not to pay any tax because I comes under the low category. That is, my class is very low. If suppose I am getting 3 lakhs and exemption is 2,50,000 and 3,50,000 minus 2,50,000, 1 lakh is left. In that, any investments or any donations, any deductions that will be taken under the section 80. Yesterday we have seen, no? Is it? So the board may authorize by general or specific order, director general or director to perform the powers of any of the income tax authority. They can make the general or the specific orders. That is director general or the director to perform the powers. That is as a income tax authority. And the board may authorize. Are you understanding, ma? I'm clear?
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
clear? Mm.
Yes, ma'am.
So the board may, Aisha, yesterday I have called you many times. You have no response from your side. You have joined in the two, ma? You have joined in the two phones, the links. I think one is a system, the other one is a phone. Okay. So the board may authorize any authorities to exercise its power concurrently with any author, that is the authority. And in case such notification is issued by the board, the lower authority rank shall exercise such powers as the directed by the higher. And now GST. So the as income tax department, they want to make one nation, one tax. So we have the many taxes. So they don't means in coming days we'll be seeing one nation, one tax. So it may be the only GST. So yeah, when you are getting the goods from other state, when you are doing the business in the other state, then you will be paying the CGST. Within the state, you are doing the business, STGST means central and the state government where you are paying the taxes. Is it clear? And one more thing, if you want to deposit the money in the bank, what is the limit? What is the limit?
10 or 50,000
50,000. When you can deposit the 50,000?
for 1 day.
No. What I am asking clear. When you can make
The amount is above 1 lakh.
no, you are telling that the limit is 50. Okay, it's right. At which moment you can deposit your money 50,000 in the bank? I'll tell that 49,999 I can pay. All Altogether 50,000 I cannot deposit until unless you are having the PAN card.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Is it 49,999 you can pay? With the single 1 rupee, you can escape. Is it clear? If you have the PAN card, if your limit, then you can deposit 1 lakh also. And immediately, अब देखो आपके अकाउंट में आ गए a lot of amount tax आ गए with the immediate tax people then because you are not paying any taxes, then how come the 10 lakhs has come in your account? They have the full idea of the people. Immediately the transaction 10 lakhs if it is credited in your account, immediately they'll take the information and they'll come to you. What's the situation? What is this? So this is a board may be authorized any of the authorities to exercise its power concurrently, and they'll be making the lower authority in rank shall exercise such powers as are directed to it by higher authorities. That is section 120, subsection is 5. Are you getting? Even they can make the rules regarding the maintenance of the account. They make the rules also. The account should be maintained properly and documents required under the section. They means they make the sub rules. All the accounts should be maintained accurately. And it or even they can also make that it makes that is CBDT, they can make the rules for whole or part of India. ऐसा नहीं है कि only one part can the whole part of India for carrying out purpose of this act. इसके लिए आप काम कर रहे हैं. That they can make it. Is it clear? Now, Director General of Income Tax. See how many are there? Director General of Income Tax or Chief Commissioner of Income Tax. Here in Hyderabad, Abkari Bhavan. It is opposite to the control room. We have this income tax department where the chief commissioner, many director general, and all the people will be there only. So they can in the bar council, you can make yourself register and you start making your tax filing. Is it? If you work hard, you can make yourself own consultant. So here, Chief Commissioner of Income Tax. Who is he? The central government appoints such persons to think fit to the Director General of the Chief Commissioner of India. What his powers? First of all, his function is he may be the general or the specific. It may be the general or specific orders where the restrictions or the limitation authorized that is for the chief commissioner, the function and the income tax authority where can be assigned to him. So these are the things he has to go through. Now we'll see the what are the powers the chief commissioner of India have. The central government may appoint such persons as it think fit to be Director General of Chief Commissioner of Income Tax. Powers, what the powers he has? He may be empowered by the Board of Appointment from the Income Tax Department. Empowered by the Board of Appointment that appoint the income tax authorities. That is below the rank of Assistant Commissioner. So these people have the power to appoint the assistant commissioners. Under him, they can work and they can also inquiry about the act. Is it clear? And if he has reason to suspect that any income has been concealed or likely to be concealed by any person, then the empowered me to be make inquiry. Just know what I said? अगर आपके अकाउंट में 10 लाख आ गया बोले तो immediately the assistant commissioner people they'll come and empowered to make an inquiry. Is it? Just now I have repeated the sentence. మీకు అనుకోకుండా మీ బ్యాంక్ లో 10 లక్షలు వచ్చినాయమ్మా మీరు ట్యాక్స్ పే చేయలేదు, నీ ఇన్కమే లెస్, నువ్వు నెలకు 10,000 జీతం నో అంటే ఇయర్లీ హౌ మచ్ 10,000 monthly means yearly it is a 1,20,000. Your income is below the slab rate, that is నీది నువ్వు 2,50,000 కూడా లేవు, అనుకోకుండా నీ అకౌంట్ లో 10 లక్షలు పడినాయి. అప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తారు? The reason to suspect that any income that has been concealed or likely to be concealed by any person, ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చింది? They will make the inquiry, empowered to make an inquiry. Immediately they'll come to your house. Then they'll ask the proof from where it is. అప్పుడు నువ్వు చూపెట్టలేదు అనుకో, ఆ అమౌంట్ ని సీజ్ చేసేస్తారు. ప్రూఫ్స్ ఉండాలా? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Then even the Director General, where he is appointed, and his opinion that SSC అంటే ఎవరు? We, the person who is paying the tax, has not submitted the fact properly or failed to submit the books of accounts. So these are the people, they'll be also on the people who are not submitted the books properly, and the fact they'll be going opinion, and these are the people, they can order the search the building, place or vehicle. ఎప్పుడైతే వాళ్ళు కరెక్ట్ గా సబ్మిట్ చేయలేదనుకో బుక్స్, ఇన్కమ్ ట్యాక్స్ రైడ్ అవుతుంది తెలుసా నీకు. అండ్ దే విల్ బి ఆస్కింగ్ ద డాక్యుమెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ మనీ వాట్ ఎవర్ యూ హ్యావ్. జ్యువెలరీ, మీ ఇంట్లో జ్యువెలరీ దొరికింది అనుకో, ఆ జ్యువెలరీకి రిసిప్ట్ చూపెట్టమంటారు. అర్థమైందా? నీకు అక్కడ అకౌంట్ కనిపిస్తుంది అనుకో, నీ బ్యాంక్ అకౌంట్ ఏంటిది, ప్రాపర్టీ కనిపించింది అనుకో, ఈ ప్రాపర్టీ ఎవరిది. ఫర్ ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు షో ద డాక్యుమెంట్. ఓకేనా? దే కెన్ సీజ్. If you are unable to show the books documents, then they'll have the right to seize such books of accounts and other documents, gold, billions, money, everything they'll seize. Okay, and they'll also make the inquiry and your request, and the notice has been issued. Miko issue chestaru. Then to any person you can send a notice. So to produce the books of accounts. So you are making the profits in your business, profit just in our business law, but you are showing very less amount, no tax paying. So if they get doubt, and they will give the notice to you that submit all the purchase, that is they'll ask you to produce the books of accounts or the documents, these books of accounts with the authority under any law. So ఎప్పుడు చూపెట్టాలి? You have to take your advocate, and they have to give the requisition of such books. Law ప్రకారంగా మీరు చెయ్యాలి. Got my point?
Yes, ma'am.
అర్థమైంది కుద్దమ్మా?
Yes, ma'am.
మా समझ में आ रहा ना? समीरा,
Yes, ma'am.
आयशा,
Yes, मैम. मैम मुझे एक चीज क्लियर करनी है, पता नहीं मैम वो कौन सी, मतलब मेरे नाम से सेम टू सेम ज्वाइंट हुई मैम लिंक. कल तो मैं अटेंड भी नहीं करी थी क्लास.
then who is that other person? Because that's there I'm sure
I
seeing the
don't know ma'am, she leave it.
she left her.
Yes ma'am, same
When
to
I
same my name.
yes
She
even the
using
same
it.
symbol.
Yes
When
ma'am, I don't know. Yesterday
yesterday
I
also,
didn't come to class.
yesterday I was on calling kadamma Gayatri.
Yes ma'am, मुझे అవును మ్యామ్ నిన్న పిలిచారని. I
నిన్న
don't know
ఎన్నిసార్లు
who is she
పిలిచాను నేను?
ma'am.
సుమన నిన్న ఎన్నిసార్లు పిలిచాను నేను ఐషాని?
Yes, ma'am.
నిన్న అమ్మాయి జాయిన్ కాలేదట.
ఇప్పుడు కూడా రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వలేదు కదా మ్యామ్, రాగానే కూడా పిలిచారు.
ఓకే, విల్ సీ. సో ఇట్స్ క్లియర్ కదమ్మా? అర్థమవుతుంది కదా?
Yes, ma'am.
సో గుర్తుపెట్టుకొని when you are writing, just you write with your own also. what power they have, what is this. Okay, now what is assessment procedure? uh, Now, one thing I want to tell. Here we have the sum of the directors of income tax or commissioners we have, or the income, no, that is commissioners of income tax or the commissioners of income tax appeals. So here, these are the people may be appointed such person that is to fit for the director. So when they'll be appointed when they fit to the directors of income taxes and the commissioners of income taxes, that is all the officers, that is additional directors also will be also appointed. So under the jurisdiction of commissioners of the directors is to be determined by the CBDT. Okay, now keeping in view that area, person, his income, or any cases. So, what is the function of these people? These people are specific of order. They have the specific order and the subject to such condition where it is restricted. And what are the limitations? What is authorized? And many of the things where the income tax can be made. And now we have to see what are the powers of the commissioner where it is practiced under the head of administration. Under the administration means first, he has to assign the function of inspector of income tax. He has to assign. If you want to make all these administrative activities, first he has to be attested, that is authorized. He has to assign the function as a inspector of income tax. So these are the people under the direction of the board. The commissioner may exercise the powers of assigning officer. Exercise powers. That is, income tax powers will be assigning. Then he grants the registration to the charitable and religious trust or any institution. And this issue, he also issues us necessary instructions to information inspectors of income tax. And he enforces attendance of witness. And even it is authorized to transfer the cases from one authority to another. And he may make any inquiry under the act. And even he is also sanctioned for the reopening of assessment expiry. He can reopen. These are the commissioner, the administration, additional directors. They can reopen the assessment after the expiry of 4 years also they can make it. And even they have the inquiry of the books also, accounts, and under the custody of their other authorities. Are you getting my point, ma'am?
Yes,
Now, ఇక్కడ ఉంది చూడమ్మా, in page number 134. Under the 134. So, I'm telling you to learn the powers of CBDT and learn the powers of Commissioner of Income Tax. ఈ రెండు చదువుకుంటే చాలు ఈ యూనిట్ కి
10 మార్క్స్ 5 మార్క్స్ వస్తుంది కదా మేడం
12 మార్క్స్ అమ్మా.
12 మార్క్స్.
ఓకేనా?
ఓకే
So these are the thing. Whatever you get, you write down this one.
ఓకే
Powers అన్నా ఏదైనా you can write it. Here, even we have assistant directors of income tax. For them also, this is a frame function. ED, the CBDT, and commissioner చెప్పిన కదా ఆ రెండుతో కలిపి రాసేయచ్చు. ఓకేనా? Now we'll take the what is the assessment procedure. Here, assessment procedure means what? Every person as an Indian So here, every person who is earning which is chargeable to tax has to furnish his returns of income to the income tax department. ఇప్పుడు మీలో ఎవరైనా బిజినెస్ వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు. నన్ను ఎవరేం చేస్తారు, ఏ గవర్నమెంట్ వస్తుంది, నన్ను ఎవరేం చెయ్యలేదు. So this one you have to make where when you are earning, you are chargeable to tax. And that all should be furnished in the return of income tax, where you have to make the return of income of where you have to pay the tax of your income. That is in the income tax department. And here the process of examination of the return by the income tax department is an assessment. So the process, whatever the process is going on, that is the examination of the return by the income tax department. That is assessment. Assessment simply means determination of tax. Means determining whatever the taxes you are paying. And it is a procedure for determining. It is a procedure for determining of tax liability and recovery of tax, where you have to make the tax liability. Tax liability అంటే ఏంటి? Total income వచ్చినాక last is the tax liability, how much you have to pay the tax. Got my point? If you in this we have the income tax. Means suppose if I am getting the 12 lakhs, on 12 lakhs, how much the tax I have to pay? That is income tax I have to take out from the 12 lakhs. The slab rate తీసిన తర్వాత calculation అయిపోయిన తర్వాత, if it is I am the non-senior citizen, then that 5%, 10% తీసేసిన తర్వాత వచ్చే amount ని income tax అంటారు. Where for the income tax, you have to add the cess you have to add. That is a cess you have to add. Okay. Cess add చేయాలి. That is a CGS. One is the education cess you have to add. That is total, it is a 4%. So that is compulsory for everyone. ఎంత పెద్ద big shot ఉన్నా, he has to pay the 4% cess. If your income is not more than 2,50,000, you need not to pay, you did not see anything. No pay చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు education cess. For what this education cess అమౌంట్ యూజ్ చేస్తాం, మనకు అర్థం కదా. నా ట్యాక్స్ మీద ఒక 2,000 రూపాయలు వచ్చింది, నాలాగా ఎంతో మంది పే చేస్తారు సెస్ అమౌంట్. ఫర్ వాట్ దే ఆర్ బి యూజింగ్ తెలుసా మీకు? సెస్ యూజ్ మీరు లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ ఇన్కమ్ ట్యాక్స్ చదివారు కదా, ట్యాక్స్ లయబిలిటీ 4%. 4%. So that 4% amount is used for what? So the amount where you are paying to the tax department, that is a education cess, the 4%, that amount is used for midday meals or any the poor people where they are unable to get the provisions or any facilities, that cess amount will be used for that. Is it clear? So here the assessment means, that is simply means determination of tax, where you are determining the tax, how much you have to pay. So it is a procedure for determining the tax liability and recovery of tax. Means recovery means how much you have to pay. This is determined as per taxation law existing in that particular assessment year. Assessment year means 2023 to 20. Assessment year is 24 to 25. Now, next, that is now it is started our assessment year 24 to 25. What is my previous year? 23 to 24 is the previous year. Is it clear? March వచ్చేసింది కాబట్టి now assessment year is 24 to 25. March రాకుండా ఉంటే 23 to 24 is a assessment year. So this tax will be paid in the assessment year. So here in this, what are the sections with assessment under the tax? One is self-assessment. Self means individual. The next one is a summary assessment, limited security. Other one is regular assessment, complete security. Best judgment, reassessment. Last one is a block assessment. So these things you have to remember. These are the 6. Now we'll see what is the self-assessment. Here, it is a kind of assessment that income tax department where it has the opportunity to assess, disclose his income truthfully. Correct assessment, that's self. And the department assumes the income declared by the SSE to be true, but also keeps an eye of the transaction. నువ్వు చెప్పేదాన్ని కరెక్టే అనుకుంటారు కానీ ఇంకో ఐ మీద వేసి ఉంచుతారు వాట్ ఎవర్ ద ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ ఇస్ గోయింగ్ ఆన్ ఇన్ యువర్ బ్యాంక్ దట్ ద SSE is making, since the SSE himself computes his income and tax liability, therefore it is a self-assessment. Next, what we have, summary assessment. Summary assessment. What is a summary assessment? In this type of assessment, the information, whatever the information is submitted by the SSE, నేను నా information submit చేస్తాను. That is in written. That is cross-checked against the information that the income tax department has access to it. Is type of assessment carried without any human intervention if there is arises the tax. Got understood this point? Arises the tax liability.
Ma'am, can you explain once again?
Here, when you are submitting your information to the tax department, that is on his return of the income, they will be cross-checking when your income tax department, whatever against your information. అంటే ఎప్పుడు నీ మీద ఒక ఐ ఉంటుంది క్రాస్ చెక్ చేస్తారు వాట్ ఎవర్ ద రిటర్న్స్ యూ హ్యావ్ పేడ్ వెదర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ కరెక్ట్ ఆర్ నాట్ ద టైప్ ఆఫ్ అసెస్మెంట్ వెన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ carried on. Understood, ma'am? So this is a refund on summary assessment and intimation under section 143 will be sent to the SSE through. So here the summary assessment also intimation will be given to the SSE through the information they will be giving. And this intimation, when it is treated as a deemed notice, they will send you the notice or refund order. ఇప్పుడు excess కట్టేసినాను when you paid excess of the tax. So the department will see that how much you have paid, how much should be returned you back, refund. So there will be no separate demand notice will be issued. That is an acknowledgement of return shall be deemed to be the intimation in case where no sum is payable by or refundable to the SSE and where no adjustment is required, time limit. Within 6 months from the end of the financial year, it will be return of income was filed. Got my point? So ఇవన్నీ explain చేయాలమ్మా. When they ask you what is assessment, what are the sections of assessment under the income tax? ఇవి 4 marks అడుగుతారు. 4 marks కి 8 marks కి అడుగుతారు. Next one is a regular assessment. I think that the time is up.
Yes, ma'am.
More 3 minutes. I'll finish up this one. So regular assessment, scrutiny. Scrutiny means only keen checking anamata. Return has to be filed. Yes. Failed, not filed. Time limit will be issued on notice, that is under section 143. Regular assessment, if you are paying, నువ్వు ఎప్పుడో పే చేస్తూనే ఉంటావు కానీ sometimes you may fail not filing. time limit ledu, then they should serve as assessee within 6 months from the end of the financial year, which the returns will be made filed under the notice, that is under section 142. That is one, issue of notice. These are the sections. Under the sections, again, you have to make it the assessment. And this one is a mandatory issue of notice. Mandatory means compulsory. And this one is a best judgment assessment. Is 4 marks the compulsory question. Amma. In your textbook, it is there. In this, AO can make the best judgment assessment in the following cases. The first case is SSE has not filed return income under section 130, 139(1). And the second, SSE fails to compile with all the terms and notice. Notice the ఏమి ఇచ్చినారో అవి చూడకుండా. So here, in this, they have to give the terms of notice issued under section and or fail to compile the directions. And here, SSE fails to compile all the terms of notice issued, that is AO, assistant officer, will determine the total income or the losses. That is best of his judgment. He will give the judgment to determine whatever should be payable by the SSE after taking into account all relevant materials which AO has gathered. Is it clear? Any doubts?
No,
Yes,
ma'am.
ఏందమ్మా అని
No,
your
ma'am.
time ఏందమ్మా నో నో చెప్తున్నారు ఏంది నో ఏంది tell me what is no best judgment ఏంటి సుమన yes సుమన
Sorry, ma'am.
no ma'am no ma'am no ma'am అంటున్నావు but what is no
అంటే అప్డేట్ చేయలేదు మర్చిపోయినా
ఏమ్మా
అన్మ్యూట్ చేయలే మ్యామ్
okay so we have finished the assessment procedure. Tomorrow I'll be giving the whatever questions you have to go through for your exam. Okay, na?
ఓకే మ్యామ్
Time is up. Tomorrow is the last. Best judgment. You have the page number 149.
ఓకే మ్యామ్ ఈ పీపీటీ గ్రూప్ లో పెడతారా ఒకసారి
ఏందమ్మా పెడతా
ఈ పీపీటీ గ్రూప్ లో పెట్టారా
So here, best judgment. It is there in the page number 149. This may get for 12 marks. Page number 149. So tomorrow the last block is the appeal sign revision, collection of tax, lapse and consequences. We'll see tomorrow. Bye.
థ్యాంక్ యూ మ్యామ్
Okay, bye bye.